This is my build. This is my Yujin build. I'm letting you know right now. With the build I have right now, I feel very unkillable. I never die. I literally like, even halfway across this build, like I don't die. Like even when this build wasn't fully done, I still couldn't die, and it's still not finished, and I'm still doing things just to improve into it. But yeah, it's so good that like when it's the Dead Bride, like if I'm going against the Dead Bride, you know, the Fortnite Dome Shield, Storm HP taking ability, when I'm inside of it, I never die. If any of my teammates are like really weak and it's like it double two taps them, I could go in there, heal them, and if they go down, I could keep healing them, healing them, healing them. I could keep proccing my skill. For the Devour too, when he starts healing with the little dome, when he does all the hits and punches onto like those dome areas, when he starts just shooting out toxins, I never die either. And usually I'd be the last one alive for my team. And this is like the best tanky Yujin build. Don't get me wrong, this build is not anywhere perfect, like a supportive type of thing. I'm just trying to unlock all this like full potential and its flaws. Because any character that seems kind of like iffy or weird or seem kind of bad, even with like characters that are like, people want to make tier lists, right? Even characters that are on D list or like, you know, tier lists, and they're on like D, C, or even F. They're all, like, every character in this game could hit 1 million. Every character could be fixed. You can fix their cons with mods. Like honestly, if any character has any flaws, you can fix it with any type of mod or build or anything really. So yeah, this is the build for my Yujin. He's honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, he's a very underrated tank too, because even though he could take hits, he could also like literally clutch out certain things that even like Ajax can't do, or you know, other tank characters. Like I forgot that one Electro character that flies, but he can't. There's a lot of characters that are tanky, but they can't rely on like they can't just stay in certain situations or they'll die, you know. With Yujin, he could stay in those situations. I could literally be the boss's punching bag and I'll never die ever. Like I'll never die, especially with the build I have right now. So let me show you guys without wasting any more time. For me personally, I'm trying to get this to 30k. I want 30k HP because the build that I run right now will definitely help it. Defense is not necessary for me. I don't give two shits about defense. Defense is irrelevant. Honestly, if I was a new Yujin player and I watched this video, I would say this to you. I'm just saying this right now. If you're watching this, defense is not that good to me personally because I'm a healer. Like I want to produce heals. So think about it. Like if you stack more HP and you self-inflict yourself with like healing, there's like a tear tot, like it's up and down with your HP, and you don't really need a shield for that, you know. Like if you have a lot of HP, if you're like halfway dead, you can see how many percentages until you start healing yourself, and then you're like good again. Defense is overrated for Yujin. I personally don't need it. I never die even with defense. Look at my defense. I have 1,471, and I'm very unkillable, like beyond unkillable. This build is straight up just a straight up like oh, I'm playing randoms. This build is straight up randoms. I'm fighting a boss and only the boss. I'm gonna chase the boss no matter what. I'm gonna chase them outside the arena. I'm gonna chase them like while the lava's on the floor and I'm taking damage. I'm on their ass, and that's probably the best thing you could do, because if it's the Dead Bride or any characters or any bosses that like has a big AoE attack for the whole team to go down, you want to draw them as much as possible towards Yujin, because he could just take hit after hit after hit. And I'll show film down the line about like, you know, me playing the Dead Bride, taking them outside like the arena, and I literally saved my team because she's so far away from like, you know, the actual platforms to stand on. When she does the little bubble shit, my teammates never get caught up into it because I'm so far away. Like you gotta think about it, like I'm far away from any platform. I'm stepping on lava, jumping, trying to make sure I reduce as much damage as possible. I'm in her storm and she's shooting at me, and I'm not dying with no defense. It's pointless. I don't recommend it, especially if you really want to make a tanky like Yujin. this is very overrated personally. This is my personal take because I build him in different ways, and HP is just better. Just better overall. I want to get this at 30 to 40, 30 or 40, percentages. Right now the highest I possibly got it to is like 25. But yeah, if there's ever like a piece or any like future area that has like a 4-piece extra HP and all that, I'm gonna definitely grind that because it's literally like his best in slot. Defense is overrated. Don't do a defense. That's just my opinion. Okay, the weapon. This is clearly his best weapon in the game. I rolled better stats on it with with the weaponsmith. This is my current like build for it. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but it gets the job done. It really helps. If I had to change something, I probably would change, what would I change? I'll probably change this one because this one's pretty shit. Because I barely get any like, critical hit rate, so yeah. Let me show you my actual mods on my Descendant. This is, if you really want Yujin to be tanky as fuck, like you want him to be a tank, he eats everything up. This is his best, this is his best module for his personal things. This is his best personal module for it. I know a lot of people in my comments are talking about duty of sacrifice this and that and the third. Duty of sacrifice is alright, but it's not like, I feel like other Yujin players are kind of like overblowing of how good it is. Don't get me wrong, it's really good, especially if you have a 4-man. If you have a 4-man, yeah, run that 100%. If you have a 4-man that can out DPS you, run that shit 100% of the time. But if you're running around with randoms, for sure don't run that. Just because there's certain randoms that go down even after you revive them. Like you revive them to go down, revive them to go down, and it seems like it's just a tater tot. And especially like this is his ultimate, so even with the extra cooldowns and extra cooldowns within his mods, it's still not gonna be consistent. Like it's not gonna always be up. That being said, if you're ever playing randoms, I would use this. Especially if you're trying to be a tanky Yujin, trying to like literally take it, be the distraction for the boss so your team could like get free easy hits. Especially if you're out DPSing your team. Like I out DPSed so many DPSs, it's not even funny. Like I think like yesterday night I got like 30 million with the Yujin alone. And that was just me chasing the boss and not ever like laying off the pressure. The only time I lay off the pressure if I have no more bullets and I have to like get bullets from like for the mini grunts or like the ammo supply. But yeah, this is his best perk overall, like for tank, for randoms. But the one thing about this perk too, you could give it to randoms, you could give them the HP, you could consume it yourself, which is why this helps him be even more tanky than before. You could give your teammates this, but not everyone knows that this is like his thing, and they think it's like the boss's shit, so they stay away from it, which is kind of like, I get it, but like, come on, like, when the last time you ever seen the boss give like show a HP symbol on the floor, right? And what it does is when you could put it down and then you could just consume it. So like, imagine like you're outside the map in the lava area with the boss, and you're just having lava tick you, or the boss is burning you or shooting toxins on you. This, like, if you were like in an emergency, you could put it right under your character, consume it, and then you have so much HP. And this is why healing, HP healing is really important for this. Like, this is really good with this, just because you get so much HP if you consume your own HP from it. Because even with your healing HP, it still gives you that. It doesn't just proc off of your teammates. This doesn't give just your teammates that. It helps you 100% of the time with the healing HP. The passive, when I do throw this, and I do use the allergy, I kind of like burn through it. I use it a lot just so I can stack up my guns. Fire. Is it firearm attack? Yeah, firearm attack. I try to stack that up because it gives me more damage, especially if I'm chasing them outside. And if I stun them, like if I chase the boss and I break them down and they're like on the floor, I can throw this on them and the whole team shooting at them. Someone's shooting, like spamming the RPG repeatedly, which is really good for me. And we put so much pressure. I try to make so much pressure. I try to put so much pressure against the boss to the point that they don't even focus on anybody else. Like I try to, and that's like with no main character energy. This character, like I'm being honest with you, if you want to be like, oh look at me, I'm the distraction, I'm shooting you, even though like if you have really good DPSs on the team, you being the distraction is probably the best thing you ever do. Because unless there's a character in the future that like has like, oh, when the boss hits you, they like gave it more stronger, like the character, like there's literally no point of not being in like, you know, the main target for the boss. Like you want to be the decoy, you want to be like the distraction, so your team could just outpost damage without getting any type of like, you know, leeway of getting hit or going down. I only use this, I try to use, like I said, I try to burn through this as quick as possible, or I try to wait until I got the boss stunned and are like on the floor waiting until somebody like, until like, you know, the 5-second stun shit, and I throw it at them and then I shoot them with like their weak point, like their shoulders or their legs. Yeah, so this is really good for firearm damage for my gun. So for this, I hardly use it, and I know other Yujin mains are gonna be like, this is probably one of his best abilities. True, but there's certain situations that I feel like I'm just burning through MP for no reason, and this is like one of those things I feel like I'm just wasting so much MP for. The only way I'm gonna use it, if A, like my team is very close to me, B, if I see somebody down and they're reviving them and I'm somewhat lucky to be close to them, I'll put this on the person that's reviving the other guy, so if they get hit, the damage is reduced and they won't get like down or killed, or like, you know. Or I'll even use this if everybody's near me and they're very low, like devour, and then, you know, like his toxins and shit when they're inside the domes trying to like shoot the crystals. I use that, pop it, because like people say sacrifice of duty or duty of sacrifice, it's really good. It's an ultimate cooldown. It's an ultimate passive, and even with the max cooldown and all that, I just personally don't want that to be the case. I feel like there's fun other ways to build Yujin than just to use that. Don't get me wrong, if you have like I said before, if you have a 4-man that's like better, like a way better DPS than you, they hit like damn near millions, and you're just the support, use that perk all the time. I don't deny it. That's his best in slot, because that's literally like your team knows when to like not pressure too much, so you won't like, so you have use for it, right? But randoms, playing with like, you know, Xbox players, no offense to Xbox players, but most of my bad experiences were with Xbox players that I'm out DPSing them, and sometimes I do leave matches just because like they don't, you know, they don't produce enough DPS, so I have to leave because it's just like, damn, it's like 4 minutes of the boss fight and he still has like almost half his shield. Like there's no point in me staying, you know, like I'm a support, I'm supposed to support and like be the distraction and let you do your DPSing. Like when somebody's spamming the RPG and they're actually doing crazy damage, I try to pressure more than even that guy, just because like when the boss has those like deadly like one-shot abilities, I try to like be like just the distraction so they could just target me because I'm just still shooting at them, you know. Next thing, overwhelming HP. So this gives me like this like for shield only have 1% of it, like literally 1% of like max shield, and this is really good. I need to upgrade it so like it reduces my skill points. So like if I upgrade it, it'll be at 8, and then this will be like at like 78. Very underwhelming. Not very underwhelming. Very underrated. If you're trying to like just if you're just trying to like get, because like I don't care about shield at all. I could care less about shield. So like I'm getting more points just because I'm like having this on my build. Plus it's actually useful because now it's adding an additional like effect with HP, which is really good overall, and very slept on if you're like trying to just tank with HP and don't give a fuck about shield. Shield is literally just pointless to me personally. With the Yujin, I will say, if you don't have a lot of mobility, he's probably like the worst mobility character because you can't do shit. You could just run defaultly. I have this grappling hook one, and honestly, I like this one more than any other one. The one that you grapple on the air, it's annoying when you find a boss and you didn't get them and you're literally just stuck like holding like the air, and you're gonna fall down and probably get hit by the boss. I don't like that perk. And the extra range too, but still have 2 like grapples, that's really good. I actually really like that. But this one's just more universal just because I have more control, because I have 3 fucking grapples. And this is a big difference. I feel like a goddamn Attack on Titan character fucking using this while I was using Yujin. Like I feel like the main character sometimes when I'm like pressuring the boss and I'm like grappling in the lava and then literally coming close to the boss while distracted and shooting them. And the whole team's be like on the platform shooting them. I'm just literally like a fly going around the boss and literally just being annoying as shit. Just make sure they just have all their attention towards me and nobody else. So yeah, this is a very good perk. If you have this on any character, honestly, I recommend you to build it ASAP. The only downside for it, it's like the range kind of gets decreased a little bit, but it's not a big enough deal for me to be like, oh my god, this is not worth running, you know? All you have to do is practice your grapples and you'll be good. This is Yujin's universally just best perk, like overall. This is just overall his best perk. We all know this. When you heal or recover somebody or buff somebody or like, you know, debuff the boss, whatever, you get like, you know, firearm attack and skill power for like 10 seconds up to 10 stacks. It's really good. There's nothing really to say. This is just this really good perk. This one. This is really good for Yujin because I told you already. I don't care for shield. I do not give less of a fuck about shield than now. Like shield is not really that good. It really isn't. I tried different methods with shield. It's not good. It really isn't. I like HP. HP seems like the best option, and I could just counteract it with this perk and keep on healing myself repeatedly, and then I'm just untouchable. Yeah, like this is just so much better. So you get double the HP than even this. Like this, you get way more HP than this. And I even want to stack them both. I need to get like 2 more shortcut. Like I need to get like this one. I gotta get like a CC right here so I can get like a little bit more discounts so I can go finish out the last one. But yeah, overall this shit's just nuts. Like this is just my bread and butter. Like double HP. Like who doesn't run that? I don't run defense because defense is like, I see the difference of like getting hit, but it's not a big enough difference for me to have defense on my build. It's not really that great with me because all I could really run is this, and then I'm chilling. You know, it's not that big of a deal. This is helping. So basically, this reduces my. So what this does is like when I get hit, it reduces the damage of like me with like getting hit, like incoming damage. So like I get hit by a boss or anything or any damage over time, I get hit, it'll be reduced compared to like without it, you know. Max MP, you know, that's not really anything I have to explain. I'm gonna change this probably in the future, but yeah, max MP, I want the most I can for it, and then afterwards, I wanted to take a minute for me to even like lose MP fully, okay? So that's why I have this one. This helps with this too, like everything, most things in this helps this, and then because what this does is like when I pick it up, I get so much HP. I get like almost 5k HP per pickup, and you know that's really good. Or even 6k. Yeah, it's like 6 to 5k. And this is really clutch and a very underrated perk. When I'm out of MP, this is like the best option when defending an enemy. So like let's say the boss have mini bosses spawning in the lava. Anytime I kill them, I get like a 9% HP. Like I get 9% of my HP back. And the cooldown is like, I think the cooldown is like 2 seconds per like, yes, 2 seconds. And like I get a lot of HP from this, and this shit has a lot of value because if I have like a LMG, I mean, like an RPG like outside the lava area, I could just shoot and spam this shit, and then I'll just get HP like really quickly. And the last underrated one that I don't see a lot of Yujins use actually, this one is actually really good. This is really good. So what this does is like it resists like all it is just a resistance with all elements, electro, fire, toxin. It reduces it, like it's just a resistant one. It's not as strong because you know it's not focused on one resistant, but like this is just overall just a universally good one even in an open world. Because like let's be real, we don't like just switching. We don't want to keep switching like different elements like reduction perks because that shit gets tedious unless they make a gold one in the future that has like this ability but higher. Then yeah, if that's in the future, definitely run that 100%. It's the best one they have. What else? I'm currently working on this because I'm I'm not gonna lie, this shit is nuts. This is nuts. That's his own video for next time. Like I'm gonna do that for sure, like later, like probably today. If not today, probably tomorrow. Like this shit is nuts. People are overlooking this. People are saying it's overhyped or not overhyped, but it's really not useless, but it's like for future content. This is really, really good for a lot of enemies, especially like, I know if you have a bunny and shit like that, yeah, like she's probably better than this perk alone, but this perk is so so versatile. It's not even funny. Like, it's so good. I don't want people to sleep on this perk. Please don't sleep on this perk. It's really not bad. You see me, like, you see tests. I did tests with it. Like, it's actually very cracked. So look, like, yeah, this is like my tank build. I'm almost done with it. I don't die. I'm literally like distraction, and I do a lot of damage while being a distraction. And if anybody's down, I instantly try to pick them up, and I still survive within all like the little like combos the boss give me. And there's people even like to this day still texting me or even like whispering me in game talking about how the fuck did I not die, or am I hacking with HP, or am I like literally like untouchable, or not untouchable, but more so, why can I just not die? And this is why. This is the build why I can't die. So yeah, this is my tank build. If you want to copy it, go ahead, go crazy. I'm not gonna like gatekeep anything. Like literally, in the future, when you see gameplay videos or something like that, and you see me just like be a fucking Attack on Titan character trying to push the boss, yeah, like I can see why people would start running this build for like just being a tank. Yujin, honestly, he's a very good tank. It's not mediocre. It's very not mediocre because he could take anything. Honestly, I'll say he's probably like top 3 tanks without being an actual like licensed tank. It's actually crazy. Like I said before on many videos, he's a jack of all trades. He could be a tank. He could be like literally a support. He could literally be like the DPS. It's very versatile. He's very versatile as a character. Like, he's very, very versatile. And if you have him, consider yourself lucky. He don't get me wrong, like unless you have this or don't have this, he has no like offense skill abilities. But other than that, like, he is very, 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 very slept on with a lot of things he has in his kit. But yeah, that's it for this video. This is my build. I'm not done with it, but when it's done, I'm gonna have an update video. If you have any more questions, make sure you message me on like the comments and all that. And also, if you really fuck with like me being a Yujin main and you really love like Yujin and like want more to know about this character, literally support me on this game on the creator code in the description if you want to. I'm not gonna put a gun to your head telling you to do it now, you know. So yeah, I appreciate all of you. All the support from these last videos have been amazing. Obviously, I've had like a little hate, but you know, that's YouTube. That's online. So like, what do you expect? But yeah, thank you for everything. Keep on watching, and I love you guys.